Hey everybody, Las Vegas Collectibles. My name is Jonathan. Pleasure to be with you again tonight. Had a medical procedure yesterday. Had to drain some spinal fluid out of my spinal cord. Yeah, it's about as fun as it sounds. And so I've been kind of laid up in bed for a little while. Got that whole pampered, treat me like a baby thing from the wifey, so that was sweet. She's pregnant, so I'm going to be returning the favor very soon. But it's kind of out of it for a while, so I wasn't able to make a video about the whole $1 million PSA thing. Ooh, Marx cards. What a dirtbag. Um, Look, I don't know anything about the guy. He's new. From what I understand, he opened up his business in 2021, right? So I don't know if he's ever owned a business before. Maybe he doesn't understand that if you provide or request a service to be provided, that you actually owe the other company some money. Like I don't know. Maybe he's just really dumb. I have no idea. Maybe it was all on purpose. Maybe he actually intended to rip people off. I don't know. I'm not really concerned either way. I mean, really, I think this is just a wake up call for the hobby, wake up call for everybody participating in the hobby, that middlemen for grading is not necessary. I I don't submit cards to grading. I don't. I wanted to. The price went all freaking crazy last year. It hasn't gotten back down to about $20 a card. Even if it does now, I'm not going to do that. I really do like the one touches. I think they do everything I ever wanted out of a grading company. If CSG does, change that green label, maybe, yeah, I'll probably submit to them because I actually really like their product. But I don't care. So I don't care about grading. However, I know a lot of people do. The majority of the hobby does. I'm not necessarily in the majority. So it is extremely easy to submit to grading. If if you if you truly think that the card that you own is worth grading, then it's worth your time in you just making sure that it gets put into a semi-rigid holder very well. Make sure you put a little tail of painter's tape on it so that way the graders can pull it out really easy. Once it's in that semi-rigid, put some cardboard pieces on the outside of it, put a rubber band around it so that way it's nice and safe in there. Maybe put some painter's tape over that to make sure it really doesn't move. You put it in a flat rate small box. That's how I would do it. I don't do it, but that's how I would do it. I would make sure it's covered in bubble wrap, put in that flat rate box, and I would send it either overnight or 2-day delivery, right? Because then you get the good insurance and you get the good tracking. Just do it yourself. If you are so busy, you can't do that for your own card. I mean, I think you need to readjust your priorities then. Like, it doesn't take a long time. You put a card in a piece of plastic, you put some cardboard on the outside, you wrap it in bubble wrap, you put it in a box, and you go to the post office. It's not complex. However, if you do want to use a middleman, just simply because you don't want to fill out the paperwork or you're just lazy, right? Fine. But like, use a middleman that hasn't been open for less than a year. How about that? Also, make sure they're adding some kind of value, because you have to understand, when you use a middleman company, from what I understand, I haven't used one, but the way all these freaking companies freaking advertise, all these stores for bulk submitters advertise, is they'll take your card out, right? Ooh, they're going to take it out and take a look at it to make sure it's worth grading. Or they'll take a look at it and maybe they'll rub some microfiber on it to make sure that it's real good and real clean and polished. And then they'll put it all back, and then they'll put it in a big old stack and then put that in a box and ship it off with all the other people's cards. So you've already looked at it. You've already prepped it up. You've already packaged it, made sure it's safe. And then you're just going to have some random person that you don't know open it up, manhandle it, and then potentially damage it and potentially scratch it with their microfibers and then put it into this big old bulk submission where you don't know how they're securing those cards in packaging and they could be moving all around. Like, what are you doing? It's so much risk. But if you're going to do it, at least use somebody who's been in the business for a long time doing that. Okay? Don't use the new person. Anyways, that's all I really got to say about that whole situation. Card Collector 2, they're going to be fine. He's like the hobby's little golden boy. You know, he's always smiling. He helps out with all the trade shows and the card shows and the trade nights of the kids. And he seems like a legit nice dude. I don't know anything about him. Never met him. Just talking about what I see on all the content creator stuff. He's going to be fine. I think he missed out on an opportunity, by the way. I don't think he'll ever watch anything I ever create. However, Card Collector 2, what the hell are you doing? You already have this brand that people flock to, that people appreciate, and that people want to engage with, right? People want to do business with you. People talk about how they're going to go to your store in Columbus and they want to come see it, or, hey, I went to go see your store, blah, blah, blah. They already like you. There's already thousands and thousands of people that support you. And they're saying, hey, I want to grade some cards, but I'm either too lazy or too ignorant or just basically unconfident in being able to do it myself. I want you to do it for me. So these are all your fans, right? All the people that you already have good rapport with. And they're coming to you saying, help. And you say, I would love to help, but I'm going to just ship all your stuff to this other person. What? You are in the card business and you don't submit your own bulk submissions to PSA? So you're smiling at your customers who trust you, who love you, who want to support you. And you're smiling at them like, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. And then you're just going to give it to some other dude? No, you're missing an opportunity to take care of your customers. I don't know how many of your customers are going to feel burnt by this or have a bad taste in their mouth every time they talk about your store now. I don't know. But you did this to yourself. Any opportunity that you have to increase the customer satisfaction of anybody that engages with you, you're supposed to go 100%. Because you don't know what they're going to say to the next person. It could spread like wildfire that you're like a dirtbag or that you're an amazing person. And plus you travel all the freaking time, right? You always see Card Collector 2 putting out videos about him going to all these card shows and everything. You're telling me you don't go to where PSA's headquarters are? Or you don't go to enough shows where you can drop off this bulk submission from all your fans and collector freaking card collector army? You don't go to enough shows where they don't show up in person. You could just drop off the cards to PSA for them. You can completely be able to say to your clients, hey, look, I understand you need me or you want me to help you out with this. I got you. Don't even worry about a thing. I'll help you out with the paperwork. You know what? I'll take care of the paperwork. You want to submit this card? I'll complete the paperwork for you. And you know what? I'm going to make sure that this gets to PSA with the least potential for damage possible. Okay, I'm going to hand deliver it to them. You know how many people would freaking love that? You know how everybody would love that. I would love that. I would think about using you as my middleman, right? I would. I have no intent on grading anything. However, that kind of service, 5-star service, right? Like, you're missing out on a golden opportunity to make so many people feel good about not only you and your store, but about the hobby. But instead, they're all burnt now, right? Like you just burnt them all, man. And yeah, I have faith that you're going to be able to repair the damage. But Card Collector 2, I understand you're never going to watch this, but come on, bro. I would love to have that opportunity for that many people to come to me and say, hey, look, I need your help. It could be about anything. I don't care if it's about picking up dog crap or filling up water bottles or grading people's cards. That many people trust and love your business to the point where they're asking for additional services. And you just simply said, sure, and then said, screw you, and I'm going to send it over to somebody else to take care of. I'm going to outsource that. Did you even tell your customers you were outsourcing it? I'm just saying, man. You missed out opportunity. And if you own a business out there, or if you're thinking about owning a business out there, and you get a customer that asks you for something that isn't part of maybe your daily operations, do it. And do it like a freaking king. Do it like a boss. And you know what? That customer will be loyal to you and respect you and appreciate everything that you do. So it's a complete wasted opportunity. So that's all I got to really say about that. PSA, large company, they probably have accounts receivables in the millions from dozens of bulk submitters, not even hesitating on the fact that they had an account with $1 million. Like whatever. $1 million isn't really worth $1 million nowadays. You know what I mean? Like it's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like $1 million when I was a kid. That's for sure. And inflation continues to rise, right? So, anyways, that's my comment on that. Wish everybody a great night. Have a great, safe night. Take care of yourself. And really just realize there's a lot of people out there that came into this hobby in the last 24 months who are idiots, straight up. And you got to be careful who you're doing business with. That's it. That's all I got for you. If you need any help with anything, let me know, and I'll always be there for you as much as I can. Other than that, take care. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.